Okay. So first, Sloan, do you mind introducing yourself, just like your name, age, grade, position, and where you're from?
Yeah, Sloan Stoppler. I'm 17. I play outfield and I'm a pitcher and from Shore Park, Alberta.
Awesome. And then how did you first hear about me?
I just followed you on Instagram and then I was like watching your videos and then you just sent me a message. So we started talking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And then Megan, obviously, remote baseball training is not something that everybody's familiar with. What were maybe some of the biggest concerns that you had before joining a remote program?
Um, I'm not I'm not sure I really had concerns. I mean, Sloan, I had confidence that he um, had kind of done his research and, found someone that he felt was a good fit for him. So, yeah, I was pretty confident that this would be something positive for him to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you feel like it has been so far?
I do. Yeah. Yeah,
Awesome. Would
definitely.
you say the same, Sloan?
Yeah, I would.
100%, dude. Appreciate that. And have you tried other pitching coaches in the past?
No.
Okay, so this was your first experience with a pitching coach and at that a remote pitching coach.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then like what were you struggling with before you decided to join into my program?
Uh, I had arm pain and had a lot of trouble throwing strikes and not throwing very hard either.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And then what's changed since you started working with me?
I never have arm pain anymore, and I'm throwing a lot more strikes than before. I'm feeling a lot more confident in myself.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And then like how has working remotely as opposed to working in person actually helped you improve?
Uh, I think it's a lot easier just to like communicate with you because like I never communicate with my team coaches besides if it's at practice. So it's like really easy. Like I can just talk to you like wherever I am and just send you videos and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, dude. And then what's one part of the training so far that you've enjoyed the most or that you felt like you got the most out of?
Like the spreadsheet is like really helpful with all the videos, like all the links on there to like exercises and stuff. That was really helpful. And yeah, that was definitely the most helpful thing. It's like all the videos and stuff.
Awesome, dude. And then do you feel more confident and athletic now versus when you started?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. And what kind of things helped you start to feel more confident and athletic, I guess I'll say?
Um, well, like not having arm pain it just made it a way bigger difference. Like I always feel healthy and like ready to go. And I'm not like, oh, like my arm kind of hurts today. Like I shouldn't throw or anything like that. I always feel ready to go. And I just feel like a lot stronger as well.
Let's go, dude. I love that. Okay. Megan, as a parent, were you initially skeptical at all of like the remote setup and, Sloan being halfway through the program now, have you kind of changed your mind on that? If so,
Um, I wasn't really sure how it would go, um, to be honest, but like I said, when, I felt confident that Sloan had confidence in you and that it would be a good fit. I guess what I'm noticing is just the individual attention that he's not getting with his coaches on his team right now. And it's just given him a plan. He could talk about, oh, I need to, gain more weight, or I need to work out, or I need to do this. But for him to come up with the plan and follow through on that was more challenging. But to have you kind of guide him and keep him on task and keep him on track, I think has been kind of the most significant thing that I've seen.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And have you seen a change in him, like physically, mentally, or both since starting?
Yeah, I'd say both. Um, he's he was like gung ho and on the nutrition plan for a while. He's struggled a little bit just you know, the last couple of weeks just because his body isn't tolerating as much as he would like. But yeah, for sure, physically and yeah, mentally he's having to overcome a little bit of adversity being on this team. Last year he was one of the stronger kids, now he's not. So, having to deal with not getting played as much as he did last year and just having to mentally battle that and then be able to jump in when they say, okay, you're up kind of thing. So, yeah, I think it's definitely helped him with that.
And do you think, okay, so then do you think that joining in kind of helped him deal with some of that adversity that popped up?
I'd say so. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you say the same, Sloan?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And then have you felt supported through this whole process so far in terms of just like communication cadence and having the right things in place for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, dude. What would you say to like another player who's maybe in your shoes who is considering joining in with my program?
I would say do it, but you have to really like full send. Like you have to go through with everything every day and not take a break.
That is a
Like
fantastic answer.
you just have to do it.
Yeah, dude, 100%. 100%. And then Megan, what would you say to other parents who maybe are skeptical about remote training and don't really know how it works?
I would say it's definitely worth it. I mean, I feel like this generation, this is how they connect and learn, is online. So it's a format that they're used to and they excel at. So as a parent, if you're worried about that, I wouldn't worry about that at all. I feel like for them, this is, yeah, the best way for them. So yeah, I'd say go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate that. So do you feel like, I guess I'll ask this to both of you, do you feel like it's been worth the investment so far?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Awesome. I appreciate that very much. And, obviously, Sloan, you're making really good progress being midway through the program. We still have a lot of work to do, but yeah, dude, I like what you said, especially about if you're going to join something like this, you have to full send it. Like I know that like the younger generation loves to use that term full send, but it really is true. Like you have to be meticulous with every single part, and that's just how you're going to get the most out of doing something like this. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the time to hop on, but that's all I got. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.